art background is also quite strong. Out of the very few surviving pieces by Tadeusz Kosciuszko, I have two to share with you: a polonaise and a waltz. They're both danced in triple meter, consisting of multiple sections and carefully prescribed modulations. And I just wanted to say a few words before I play these rarities. Kosciuszko was born 10 years before Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart, who was the man of the Enlightenment, was aware of the musical canons of the epoch and wrote in that classical style to the letter. One of the most recognizable features of this music is what's called an Alberti bag. And it sounds like this. So if you were to listen to a Mozart sonata, hear that in my left hand. Well, sure enough, Kosciuszko did a very good job at picking that up, and his polonaise, just to show you that he was very much up to date with musical fashion of the time. The polonaise usually has, being a Polish dance, it has this very characteristic rhythm. And here is a little bit of the Chopin military polonaise, just for reference. And so Kosciuszko starts his polonaise, of course, in classical style. It is perfectly aware again of the canon. You will notice that the sections of the polonaise repeat quite a lot, and so just so to give you a little bit of a background why this happens, because today when we have home music entertainment, we are used to just dialing something up if we want to hear it again. But back in the 1780s, that was not the case. So that was the only way to hear the piece thoroughly by actually hearing it twice. A polonaise is also a dance, as is the waltz. So symmetry in dance is of utmost importance. And when you also hear it as a new composition, today we're used to revering and reviving music of the olden times. But back in the 1780s, the music that was written was performed and then forgotten. People just quickly moved on. So that was yet another way, just to get yet another quick glimpse of the piece before it disappears forever. The musical audiences were also quite different. The Age of Enlightenment sees a growing base of concert goers. The public concerts are a relatively new concept, really only starting during late Baroque. And so for the first time, one does not need to be a member of the royal court to hear great music. One can just buy a ticket. But in order to go and enjoy the concert, you like to feel like you're getting your money's worth and that you understand what's happening in music. And so these repetitions of these sections will also provide that. So you may think that this piece lacks originality, but there is one spot that stands out to me in particular, where this man, really going the canon of classical music, really reveals his personality in this bugle call here. So listen for that, and here is the polonaise Kosciuszko. October 6, 2009. And that person was Tom Pniewski. Some of you may remember Tom as the curator of events at the Kosciuszko Foundation. I just learned yesterday that Tom has passed away. I was very saddened by this. So for those of you who remembered Tom, I hope you sent him a smile, thinking of his kindness and his passion for music, his enthusiasm. And for what he said, we were exchanging thoughts with Magda Mazurek yesterday, how sending this music, he said, well, this may not be the greatest masterpieces, but it will surely provide for an interesting musical evening. So I do hope that it is the case for us all tonight. Now, before I play the waltz, I would just like to say a few words about the instrument itself. So the piano, as we see it today in its form, did not yet exist. So these pieces were originally written for the harpsichord, which is the predecessor of the piano, and instead of the notes being produced by a hammer striking a string, it actually is a plectrum plucking it. So the sound of the Kosciuszko pieces would have been a little bit more guitar-like on the harpsichord. The instrument being sort of a symbol of aristocracy and all things aristocratic, very quickly became firewood in the French Revolution and replaced by the piano. Now the waltz, many of you know, is a popular ballroom dance, but before it became that, it was actually a peasant dance. And so reportedly, some of the bored noblemen would sneak out of their minuet balls and join the waltzing peasants, and the waltz was danced in a much more of an embraced and closed way. So in the 1770s, it was considered shameless, and but by the 1790s, it was all the rage all over Europe.